Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they've got to make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. A first down carry here for Johnson. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Check, watch 54, watch 54. Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. 22. Real right, 22.
Throwing on second and 14. Stafford dancing to his left. Try to drop one in, but it's incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
On third down, Johnson. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up fourth down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
After 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter, but likely not for long as they're in punt formation to kick it away. On fourth down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Back deep for the Cowboys, Tavon Austin. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A big run that time by Elliott. 59 yards for him on the ground. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's first and 10 just outside the red zone. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. Now on second and 13. Prescott nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The ex-Iowa Hawkeye Mike Daniels in for the sack.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a third and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Third and long for Prescott. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jared Davis. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Cooper was the intended target. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first down. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
He goes, tap! 250! 54 Mike. All right. Here we go. Let's go, B. Let's go. Now let's get there. A little flare. A little flare. Flare.
From the 50, Stafford. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. A 4-receiver look here. 3 out to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 8.
Check 4. Check 4.
Now it's Stafford. Buying time to his... And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. From the gun, here's Stafford. Looking for Amendola, and it's intercepted. Chidobe with a pick. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. A first down carry by Elliott. The tackle made there by Jared Davis.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
He's coming. Double up.
This is Elliott. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy first down. 2 minutes to play in this first half, 7-3 our score. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's 2nd down. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Here's Prescott. That's complete to Cobb.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here we go, D. Here I come. Here I come. Here we go, 46. 40's Mike. 40's Mike. Watch the back. Watch
Prescott from the gun on third. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Stafford now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. To throw is Stafford. And it's caught here, Amendola. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. Throwing deep for Galladay. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Stafford into a double team, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long.
Here we go. Go right in. We're going to 54. Wide in.
Prescott from the gun. And that will be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, now zapped right back in the other direction. Give them 11 yards that time on the return, and the Lions will take over. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They begin the drive with Johnson. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is according to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
6-man. Check curls, check curls, check curls. Zip. Mike 55, Mike 55. General West. Monday. Hey, Alpha.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Let's go.
Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
What time?
They go to Elliott again. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Elliott on 1st down, going to get this back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Counter, Elliott. Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Oh, good agility by Cobb. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott. A nice little juke. Caught by Cobb. And he's got the 1st down as he's up to the 45-yard line. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
So after 2 1st downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45.
Hey, 47. 26.
To throw is Prescott. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy 1st down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. first down throw for Prescott. He's got the connection to Cooper. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 21-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
There we go, two.
Looking to throw again on second down. Prescott, and that's Elliott, complete. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now in Arlington. It's the Cowboys with the football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the fourth. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Now Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
At the 8-yard line.
It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
Hey, tighten down. There you go.
Now Prescott. That one's complete to Elliott. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to third and goal. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal? Here's Prescott, and that is caught. It's written for the Cowboy touchdown. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass, and the Cowboys, they push out in front further. No surprise there, third and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. To throw again, Stafford. He completes it to Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a first down on a gain of 10. On first down, Stafford here. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. On first down, it's Stafford. And he's got Amendola on the connection. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. Here's Stafford. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hockenson. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. To throw again on second down. Stafford. This will be caught inside the 10. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 16 yards, a first down. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A 6-yard touchdown run as his guys are back within a single score. Prater for the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Elliott. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy first down.
That's good for a Cowboys first down.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
We got this.
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Caught left side by Cobb. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. 36 yards on the play. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. Elliott a 1st down and more. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. From 17 yards out. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside at 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. On 2nd and a yard, Stafford complete to Jones. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. He couldn't hook up with Amendola there, but it'll be 2nd down. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. Open man is Galladay, complete. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They snap it to Stafford. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that, and that's what they've done all game long.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Prescott. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
Let's go.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on. Get it done.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Xavier Woods with a pick. And that will write a finish to this ball game. And Charles,